following is a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the management or ownership of Score North, KSTP AM 1500.
This is the place to talk about everything related to the home. Buying or selling real estate, financing and improvements that can help increase your home's value. This is Minnesota Home Talk on Score North. Here's your host, Jason Walgrave.
Good morning, folks, and welcome back. This is Minnesota Home Talk on 1500 Score North. We are the original real estate show here on AM 1500 radio. 85 years on the air, 5 million shows, a lot of content.
Yep.
New, fresh content during every single show.
They had to build a special server just to hold all the content that we've created throughout the years on the show.
It takes up a whole room, a large room, 25 by 25 with 10-foot ceilings.
Yep.
Floor-to-ceiling servers. Whew.
You know, you got to do what you got to do.
We don't have any TVs on in here. What's going on?
Oh. Yeah, I could put it up on the screen behind you, but I was busy doing other things. No, it's not. Oh, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Everything's fine. It's fine. I just have to move things around.
Don't touch the button.
I'm just going to touch every button in this room just to watch Evan just start sweating.
I'm already sweating enough.
Folks, we're live every Saturday morning, of course, on demand at MinnesotaHometalk.com. Check out our website, folks, MinnesotaHometalk.com. I'm your host, Jason Walgrave, with Walgrave Real Estate Group and the Minnesota Real Estate Team at RE/MAX Advantage Plus. We also have a mortgage Michael Overson with Illuminate Home Loans in studio. We have Joseph Walgrave. He is back in studio. This is his first time in the new studio, so he's going to be helping out with a little market updates later in the show. I'll be reading those off. Of course, we have our producer and insurance expert, Evan Little. Evan, appreciate the insurance one. I like that. I like that. That's good. Clever this morning. All right, folks, we're going to give away a pair of Timberwolves tickets to a playoff game. One big winner for a pair of tickets to the T-Wolves. I don't think they had the schedule and times out yet, but this is for a playoff game for the T-Wolves. They're a lot of fun, especially in the last month. They've been a lot of fun to watch. So if you'd like to win Timberwolves tickets, give us a call with your real estate question. The phone lines are open at 651-647-2910. That is the call number to the studio. Give us a call. Studio lines are open. Anything and everything real estate related. We'd love to hear from you. Get your real estate questions answered. Anything to do with real estate, financing, credit, home improvement. The best questions going to win. You can call us at the studio at 651-647-2910. The studio line again is 651-647-2910. You can text your real estate questions to 763-443-5664. The text line again to win playoff Timberwolves tickets, 763. Text your questions to 763-443-5664. Anything and everything real estate related. We'd love to hear from you. We'll keep the phone lines open and the text lines open throughout the show. Today we're going to be talking about, of course, we'll go over the most up-to-date market statistics. We're going to talk about 9 creative ways to save for down payment. What do we actually tag that as, Evan? You had something much more creative.
That would require me to remember things, which I'm not sure I can.
I think it was
it's way too early.
Unknown ways or
something about ways putting together a down payment is easier than you think.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Nice.
9 ways.
That's it.
We're going to be talking about that. We've been talking about mortgages, talking about rates, kind of where things are at, the market in general, and of course, the phone lines and text lines are open.
Talk about some hybrid fixed.
Yeah.
Talk about hybrid fixed loans.
I think Taryn's listening this morning.
This is the new thing.
This is the new thing.
The hybrid fixed.
The hybrid fixed. We're going to talk about those.
Yep.
How do they work? We'll talk about it.
Where you plug them into the wall and they take fuel.
Yep.
All right, folks. If you'd like to win Timberwolves tickets this morning, give us a call with your real estate question. The studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. The studio line again is 651-647-2910. 763-443-572910. The text line, you can win via text. Text your real estate questions to 763-443-5664. The text line again is 763-443-5664. Anything and everything real estate related to win a pair of playoff tickets to the Timberwolves. All right, what do you think? Smoking out listings? Should we get started with that?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing we do here.
That is the thing that we do. We're starting off with an investment opportunity in Aiken, Minnesota on the north shore of Mille Lacs. Docks Harbor is the name of the property. Address is 39629 State Highway 18 in Aiken, Minnesota. We have 32 RV sites, 26 boat slips, a lodge. It's on 4 acres, and it has opportunity to expand the boat slips. Actually, a lot of opportunity. This property is on the market for $2.5 million. Again, located at 39629 State Highway 18 in Aiken, Minnesota. Coming soon in Eagan, located at 4118 Pennsylvania Avenue. This is a 2-story with 1,893 square feet, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car garage. It was built in 1988, and it's coming soon, April 11th. It'll be live on the market.
Good year.
Folks, good year. Is that a good year? Is that your birthday?
Yeah.
April 11th?
No, just 1988.
Oh, 1988. There we go.
Yeah.
You're born in 88?
Yeah.
You're almost a 90 baby.
Almost, but not quite.
Barely dodged that one.
And this home is priced to sell quickly and probably in multiple offers for $379,000. We've got this condo. This property actually it's located at 600 Summit Avenue in St. Paul, and 902 square feet. We just sold this one yesterday. 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom.
Oh, it's sold.
We did. Super cool property. Really excited about. The new buyer is so excited to be buying this property. It's a really cool property, and the area is fantastic as well. Moving over to Savage, we got a couple lots left in the Twin Ponds development. We have a corner lot for $145,000, and we have an end lot, lot 1, for $110,000. All half-acre lots. Fantastic development, close to everything. It's kind of in the heart of Savage, close to 42 and Highway 13. Lots range in price from $110,000 to $145,000. We have a to-be-built in that development. It is a Rambler, 2,400 square foot foundation. This is one of my favorite floor plans of Pebble Creek Custom Homes, and it is priced at $995,000. This is a to-be-built on Sumner Avenue for $995,000. Gorgeous home. Custom.
There's one thing I really don't like about this home.
Tell me.
That I don't own it.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So Joseph and I, we went out to eat last night, and where did we eat? Main Street Bar and Grill, downtown Hopkins, because we went to the card store down there, which is really cool, by the way. And so we had some food there, and can you see? There you go. We had some food, and what did you say to the waitress after you're done eating?
This is so good it ought to be legal.
All right, say it again.
This is so good it ought to be legal.
So the waitress comes up after we're done eating, and Joseph says, "This is so good it ought to be illegal." That's pretty
Nice.
good. All right, Galleria. Okay, Galleria property is next. 3209 Galleria, number 807 in Edina. 865 square feet. This condo has been completely renovated. Brand new kitchen, brand new bathroom, really high-end finishings. It kind of feels like almost like a Pebble Creek house on the inside with the finishings. It's on the 8th floor, so it's number 807. The views are spectacular. And
I remember when they built this building. We've been highlighting this one for about 3 or 4 weeks now.
We have.
And this is that building that they built right by Southdale, and it is a gorgeous building.
Yes. 2009. Wow, they built that. I was thinking wasn't that long ago, but it was built in 2009.
It feels not that long ago.
I know.
But really, it was like, sometime a little after I was done with high school, sometime when I was in college, something like that. And it's like, oh, wait, that was like 13 or 14 years ago. Oh, boy.
The amenities, though.
Yeah.
The building is
great.
Cool.
The pool
is excellent.
And I think, is the Westin Hotel connected to it? Is that...
Yeah, I think
the first 5 floors are hotel.
Exactly. There's a chunk of the building that's like a different shape.
Yes.
And that is the hotel on the bottom, and on the top it's condos. It's
cool.
right down there by Southdale. Short commute to the airport. If you're someone who really lives the full-on condo life, you're traveling a lot and you want a nice place to live, this is a key building.
This is a key building. And it's in Edina. Location is prime, so a lot of really great restaurants over there as well. Commercial opportunity in Duluth, Minnesota, located at 327 West 1st Street. We have... it's 5 units. I think last week I said it was on 5 acres, which it is not.
Yeah.
We do have 30,000 finished square feet, though. This property is located at 327 West 1st Street in Duluth, and it's on the market for $1.75 million. Great commercial investment opportunity. In Dundas, Minnesota, located at 1736 Millersburg Boulevard West. This 130 acres, and it is a commercial zone for development opportunity. We have a half mile of Interstate 35 frontage. So this is really, I think we may have this property sold. So,
Really?
So by next week, we may have this property sold. So that's pretty exciting. On the market for $5.2 million. In Prior Lake, the Cardinal Ridge Development Sims Court, we have lots ranging in price from $135 to $175. All half-acre walkout lots. This is a really cool development. It's a cul-de-sac surrounded by 12 acres of preserved land owned by the city, so you've got a lot of space, privacy. There are 9 lots in total. I believe there are 3 or 4 left, and Pebble Creek also has a to-be-built in that development as well. A 2-story with 2,900 square feet above ground for $950,000. Time to really customize the entire home, and that's in Prior Lake at 16080 Sims Court Southeast in Prior Lake.
This house has that same problem as the other Pebble Creek home.
Yes. The one problem.
Yeah.
The one they don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
In Redwig, Minnesota, on the Lake Pepin area, this property is absolutely gorgeous, located at 27858 Greens Point Road. It is a 1-acre lot. It has a pagoda-style home that would be wonderfully renovated or redevelop the whole property. Let's see, what do we got for 425 feet of private shoreline. Absolutely gorgeous spot. Really, really incredible that this property is in Minnesota. For more information about our smoking out listings, folks, go to our website, minnesotahometalk.com. Click on the property search button. If you haven't been to our website, make sure you check it out. You can connect with all of our fantastic partners. Remax Advantage Plus, Illuminate Home Loans, Pebble Creek Custom Homes, Bella Remodeling Roofing, Todd Rooker, Paragon, Last Switch, Nepsis, Credit Life, Trademark Title, Urban Landworks, Home Inspections, Spare Key, Sync Home Services, EKJ Appraisals, Trend Home Staging, Sioux Falls Real Estate with Marcus Walgrave, Chestnut, Cambro, and Jeff O'Brien. We've got Detail Home Services, Rock, Paint Free Patriots, Trust Vets, Riverland Bank. Steve Burrow does a fantastic job on our commercial lending. Kepper's Plumbing, Home Media Innovations, Rental Management Guys, Scott Fissick and Company, and Lift Up. We also have property search buttons. We have information on how to sell your home in 72 hours. What's your home worth? Free market analysis. Get real with Walgrave Real Estate Group. We've got webinars. Connect directly with Mike Overson. Is refinancing right for me?
Yes.
Yes, it may be. It may be.
No, maybe.
All of our past shows, events, upcoming events, the schedule, and of course you can connect with us. We also have a 24-hour real estate hotline number on our website. Be sure to check that out. Go to minnesotahometalk.com, folks. That's minnesotahometalk.com. All right, Overson, what do you think?
I might go check out that listing. We might be fishing on Lake Pepin.
Oh yeah,
in a couple of weeks. I might have to go by there and check it out from the lakeside.
It's pretty cool.
Time for Overson to get a second home.
For Evan to go visit a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, Joseph? Should we do our market statistics? You're all ready. So Tanian used to do these all the time with us, and I told Joseph this morning.
I feel like that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Well, every time she came in, she did the stats.
Well, certainly every time she came in, but all the time. I mean,
no, because she's not here all the time.
Too busy living that jet-setting life.
Right. All right, market updates in the Twin Cities, folks. I just pulled these yesterday, so these are hot off the press. Market updates for the Twin Cities metro area real estate market. Inventory of homes for sale.
4,713.
A year ago at this time?
5,521.
So that's a decrease of 15%. Inventory is down 15% from this time last year. Pending home sales in the last 3 months?
11,271.
A year ago at this time?
12,639.
So that's a change of 11%. Pending home sales are down 11%. Inventory is down 15%. However, the median... Overson?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Off-market sales that close, are they included in those numbers?
If it goes on the MLS, yes. And I would say, I don't know, it depends on the property. Like lakeshore properties, a lot of those are not on the MLS ever.
So then they don't hit those numbers.
So they don't hit that.
Okay.
But I would say that 80 to 90% of off-market sales they go on the MLS as a sold before print or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So great question. Median sale price is, Joseph?
Got distracted by seeing himself.
340,000.
300 what?
340,000.
Good
Ooh.
job. A year ago at this time, we were at 314, so the median sale price is up 8.3% in the last year. Affordability Index?
121.
And a year ago at this time?
143.
So the affordability index is down 15%. I mean, I can remember when the affordability index was close to 190, wasn't it, for a bit?
Well, we were in the 200s.
Were we in the 200s?
Yeah. When I first started on the show, I think it was 212.
It was 212. Okay.
And then it hovered between 180 and 200. It was like, I think I said this at some point, that we should just stop reading that stat because it doesn't really change.
Right.
And now it's been cruising on down for a while because our market prices have been going up and up and up and up and up.
Prices are going up. Interest rates are going up. Overson, what is the affordability index?
So the affordability index, Jason Walgrave, is it's a measurement of the average home cost for a market and the average income made for that market. So if the average income made for a particular market is exactly what is needed to afford the average house in that market, the affordability index would be 100.
Okay.
So when we have an affordability index at 120, basically what they're saying is that the average income in our market is 120% of what is needed to afford the average house.
Got it. So if we're above 100, that's positive.
So that means that the average income is higher than what is actually needed to afford the average home in that market. So yeah, so we're still sitting good there. Obviously, it's not the 200, right? You know, but you also have to look at, I mean, there's a lot of people that will compare basically our market now to, you know, what it was in 2020 and 2021. Now, on the real estate side of things, it's very similar. But on the mortgage side of things, obviously it's different now, right? Yep. Rates are higher.
Yep.
And so a lot of people are talking about, well, you know, a year ago I could have got 3% flat. Yeah, but you got to remember 2020 and 2021 were not normal.
Yeah.
There was outside factors that made our mortgage market not normal.
Right.
Yeah.
The last time rates were pressured that low was when I started on the show, and we were just coming out of the 2008 crash.
Right.
And then we hovered about where we're sitting right now, between 4 and 5.5 for a chunk of 7 years or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents.
Above 100, we're pretty good.
Above 100, you're good to go.
All right, back to our market statistics. Homes per buyer, Joseph. Currently, we have 0.9. And a year ago at this time? 1. So that's down about 10%. There's less than one home per buyer currently in the market. The average days on market?
44.
And a year ago at this time?
46.
So homes are selling a little bit faster. It's incredible that it's 44 days for as fast as some homes sell, but that is the average market time. Percent of list price received is
100.8%.
correct. And a year ago at this time, we were at
100.1%.
So that is down about, or that's up rather, about 0.7%. So homes are selling for about 101% of list price on average. So nice job, Joseph. You
Boom.
did it.
Yay!
Math class paid off.
That's your favorite subject, isn't it, math?
Math is? Nice.
Yeah, he's really, really good at math.
I was never good at math.
That's why he's a mortgage guy.
That's why I'm a mortgage guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. He looks like he's bad at math.
Yeah.
Ooh. Engaging in stereotyping and being mean to Mike Overson at the same time.
I think he's just agreeing, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
All right, folks, we got the phone lines open. If you'd like to go to a Timberwolves game on us, give us a call at 651-647-2910. The studio lines are open. Give us a call with your real estate questions, mortgage questions, questions about credit, home improvement, anything and everything real estate related. We're giving away a pair of tickets to the Timberwolves game, a playoff game. The phone lines are open at 651-647-2910. That is the call-in number to the studio. Give us a call with your question. Win Timberwolves tickets. The best question is going to win. 651-647-2910. You can also text your questions. You can win Timberwolves tickets, playoff tickets to a T-Wolves game for the best real estate question. Text your questions to 763-443-5664. The text line again to win playoff Timberwolves tickets. The best question is going to win this morning. Text us your real estate questions, 763-443-5664. Again, text your real estate questions to win Timberwolves tickets to 763-443-5664. Rates, Mr. Overson, what are we looking at for rates?
Interest rates, they're not. If you look at the last 22 years since 2000, sitting really good. Now rates have crept up just a little bit. I mean, to be honest with you, they've held off. They've flattened out, which is kind of nice. You know what I mean? And so, because it was like every single day, market loss, and that would push rates up, right? Mm-hmm. So rates just like, every 2 days it's like it's up an eighth, and then 3 days later it's up another eighth. It seems like lately it's leveled off, and so hopefully it stays like this for a while. Maybe even gets a little bit better.
Okay.
But really, it's when you're buying a house, how long does it take the average buyer? You think once they have the thought of, hey, I want to buy a house or I need to buy a house, to when they actually close? What's that time frame you would say?
7 years.
Well, in today's market, you're talking 30 to 45 days.
30 to 45 days.
Yeah.
So if I come in and I'm like, man, I need to move, or I'd like to move.
Yeah.
That's my notion today,
gotcha.
right?
Okay, so
and when I actually close on a house,
3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, because the thing with rates is that if it doesn't move so quickly, it's more predictable, right? It's more comforting because you know what to expect. The problem is that if you were a buyer on January 1st, and that's when you got pre-approved and stuff when rates were 3.25%, and that cycle is 3 to 6 months. Well, we are now a full 3 months, right? Yep. Starting in month number 4 past that. Well, now your interest rate is up around 4.875 to 5.
Yep.
Right? And so now your affordability and your cost for the same houses you were looking at the beginning of the cycle is different.
Yep.
That's the tough part. It's not necessarily that rates are where they're at now. The tough part for these first 3 months of the year was they started here and now they're here, and that changes numbers for people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we can just get them to level out, and we can get them to level out where they're at now, like I said, 4.875, 5% roughly is where they're at, sitting out, obviously dependent upon credit score and other factors. But just get it to level out for a while.
Yeah.
Versus going up. Like, that is a huge help in itself right there.
Just the stability of knowing where you're going to be.
Right.
Yep. Folks, we got the phone lines open. Would you like to go to Timberwolves game on us? Give us a call, 651-647-2910. That is the call number to the studio for free tickets to a playoff Timberwolves game. Give us a call with your real estate question. The best question is going to win at 651-647-2910. That is the call number to the studio. We also have a text line. You can win tickets via text. Text your real estate questions to 763-443-5664. That is the text line, 763-443-5664. All right, we are going to be talking about, we did market stats, we did our hot listings, 9 ways to save for a down payment. Now, before we jump into this, Overson, there's a few different products out there, mortgage or loan products, some of which are no money down. Would you mind going through maybe the top 5 products that are out there?
Top 5 products that are out there? I think the best loan out there, if you qualify, is a VA loan.
Agree.
Reasons. A, there's no down payment required. Can you put down payment down? Absolutely you can.
Yep.
Do you have to? Nope.
Yep.
And your rate doesn't change or anything like that.
What's the loan limit on VA?
So the loan limit on VA, I believe you can go up to $1.9 million with 0 down.
That's just insane.
Well, time to join the Army.
Yep.
I mean, it's mind-boggling.
Right?
Who qualifies for a VA loan, Mike?
So there's a bunch of different qualifications. So if you're active military, there are requirements of how long you need to have been there being active.
Okay.
And it's different if you're National Guard, if you're one of the regular militaries. There's different rules around that, right? So I could literally read off, it'd take like an hour to read off all the guidelines and all those things. Just know it's a little bit different, whether you're active or non-active right now, and then what branch you were in and things like that. But if you're eligible for it, and if you don't know if you're eligible for it, you can contact the local VA office. There's a regional office right here in St. Paul, and they can look that up for you in 2 seconds. Otherwise, if you have a DD-214 and you send that to us, we can actually order what's called a certificate of eligibility for you with that when we have that DD-214, and that says right there if you're eligible or not, and then if you're exempt from paying the funding fee or not, and a bunch of other information on there. So, but I mean, I think the VA loan, like I said, it's a great program. Rates are lower than like a standard conventional on VAs. You don't need any down payment. There's no PMI that you got to pay. So even if you do 0 down, no PMI.
That's so huge. The PMI is huge.
Yeah. And so that's why I think it's the best program out there for those reasons.
So if you've got a conventional rate at 5%, what would the VA probably be at? Assuming good
probably
credit
same like top tier credit scores between the two. You're probably at 4.5, 4.625.
Wow.
And no PMI.
And no PMI.
I mean, like to reiterate, that's huge. That's another $200 you can be putting towards payment.
Yeah.
No PMI means you can get a bigger house, basically.
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. So I think that's great. The other 0 down program that's out there is called the USDA loan. USDA loans are also great too. There's 0 down. You can put some money down if you want to, but you don't have to. There is PMI in those loans, but the PMI is pretty cheap. It's only 0.35% annually. The only bad thing about their PMI is that it's payable for the entire life of the loan.
Similar to FHA.
Yep, similar to FHA. So, but 0 down, rates are good. Rates are a little bit lower than conventionals typically on USDA, so that's another good thing there. And then the only other caveat to that is that the property itself has to sit in an eligible area. So there is a map that we can pull up that will show eligible areas. So if the house is in that area, it's eligible for the USDA loan. If it's closer to the metro or, around Rochester, around St. Cloud, there's pockets around some of the bigger cities in Minnesota where it would not be eligible. But as long as you're outside of those.
So, for example, Prior Lake would not be eligible, but would New Prague?
New Prague, I believe, is eligible.
In
Jordan is eligible.
Okay.
Waconia is right on the line.
Okay.
So they are eligible.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So most of Waconia is. That the line literally is like right there. It catches just the far east side of Waconia is where that line is drawn.
Okay. Excellent program.
So otherwise you have, so those are the 2 0 down programs. You also have Minnesota Housing. Now it's not a 0 down program, but you can get in with as little as $1,000 out of your own pocket. So that's a down payment assistance program that you can use.
Yeah.
And it goes across conventional loans, FHA loans, VA loans, USDA loans. You can use basically the down payment assistance across any loan type.
So it's an add-on to like an FHA or conventional loan. Okay.
Yep. And then they just require that you have $1,000 out of your own pocket into the deal.
Okay. And do you have to pay that back?
The down payment assistance, yes, that is a paid back deal. Okay. There's 2 ways to do it. You either make monthly payments to pay it back, or it's called a deferred payment, where you don't make any monthly payments. You basically pay that down payment assistance back when you sell the house, when you refinance the loan on the house, or if you move out and make it an investment property.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Is there an interest rate on that?
Yep. Same interest rate that you pay in your first mortgage. So basically wherever rates are at on first mortgages, that's what you're going to pay for interest on that second mortgage.
Okay.
if you make the monthly payment deal, if that's the option that that you have to go with, and it's a 10-year term.
Okay.
So it's not a 30-year term; it's a 10-year term. So
what's the AM on it? Amortization.
10-year fixed.
Oh, 10-year fixed.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep,
Okay.
it's a 10-year fixed. So you just have to remember, and typically it's like, well, how do I qualify for the no monthly payment one?
Yep.
You have to be underneath a certain income limit for your family size.
Got it.
If you're over that income limit, you can still get down payment assistance.
Yep.
You just have to make monthly payments to pay that back versus deferring it to when you sell the house or move out of it or refinance a loan.
Okay, got it. Conventional?
Conventional, minimum down 3%.
Okay.
So actually
What do
last
people
night.
typically do?
What?
With conventional, what do people typically do
What do they typically do?
for down payment? 5 or 10 or?
I mean, anywhere between 3 and unlimited amount down, to be honest with you. I mean, I see it all over the board. I mean, last night I was actually emailing one of my previous clients. He's like, I'm thinking about selling and selling a condo and buying a single family. And he's like, I heard about this home ready deal. He's like, I heard it's like they cover stuff for you if you qualify. I'm like, that's not actually how it works. I'm like, we actually did a home ready loan for you when you bought your condo. We're going to do the same thing for you when you buy a single family.
Yeah.
Because you can do as little as 3% down, and you get a slightly reduced interest rate and slightly reduced mortgage insurance cost too.
Really?
So again, it's an income limit deal. So he's underneath the income cap for that particular program. So when he sells his condo and goes and buys a single family, we're going to do the same thing for him because he can get a reduced interest rate and reduced mortgage insurance because he's underneath that income limit.
So if you're over that limit, then you don't qualify for a 3% down.
Well, there's another way you can qualify for
there is.
3% down.
Okay.
So in order to do 3% down on conventional, you have to meet one of two things. Either A, you got to be underneath the income limit, or B, you have to be a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
And then you can do 3% down. So even if you're buying house number 10, right? You buy, sell, you buy, sell, you buy, sell, and you're 10 houses into it, you can still do the home ready deal as long as you're underneath that income limit.
Got it.
And do as little as 3% down.
Do you know what the income limit is offhand?
For the metro area, it's I believe it's 84,300 to 84,400.
Okay. Combined or for single?
Here's the other caveat too. It's only the income that you need to use for qualifying on the application.
Got it.
So for example, I make 80,000 a year base. I make 20,000 a year in commissions.
Yep.
Right? If you qualify with just using your $80,000 base, that's all we have to use. And now we're only using $80,000 to qualify. You're underneath the 84.4 income limit. We can do this program for you.
So what if you have a married couple and they're each making $70,000 apiece, but only one of the spouses is buying the property?
Yep.
So then you're good.
Yep. As long as
Okay.
if we're just using $70,000 of income to qualify, and that's all they need, and they qualify based on their debt to income ratio and all that stuff. Yep.
That
Qualify
works.
for the program.
Folks, we got the phone lines open. If you'd like to go to Timberwolves game on us, playoff tickets to the T-Wolves for the best real estate question, give us a call at 651-647-2910 is the calling number to the studio. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Best real estate question, mortgage, home improvement, credit. Best question's going to win a pair of tickets to the T-Wolves. 651-647-2910 is the calling number. Give us a call. The studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. You can also text your real estate questions to win Timberwolves tickets, playoff tickets. Text your real estate questions to 763-443-5664 is the text line.
And speaking of text questions, we got one from Jim. Jim wants to know, what's the best way to finance a garage condo? Can't be a residence or operated as a commercial business. Do you have any thoughts as far as best loan product for something like that?
Garage condo.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to get a standard like 30-year fix or something on that. That's like a bank portfolio product because it's a unique type of property. And so I would say bank financing, like a portfolio loan, is going to be the best. You're looking at a 7-year balloon or a 7-1 arm or something like that.
Yeah.
Typically, you might even be a commercial type of deal where it's going to be a 20 or 25-year amortization.
Yep.
But that's going to be the best route just because I think of the uniqueness of the property.
Yeah. And there's some nice, garage condos out there. There's some in, is there some in Waconia or Medina? I know there's some in Medina.
Yeah.
Maybe Chanhassen. But those are some, and they're building some in Prior Lake, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are.
Nice.
So those are pretty cool, folks. Great question. We appreciate the call. And if you have real estate questions, you'd like to go to a Timberwolves game on us, you can text your real estate questions to 763-443-5664. The text line, folks, to win Timberwolves tickets, one big winner, the best real estate question is going to win. Text your questions to 763-443-5664. We also have a call number to the studio. Studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. Call us into the studio for a chance to win Timberwolves tickets. The best question is going to win Timberwolves tickets to a playoff game, and the studio lines are open at 651-647-2910. Give us a call into the studio at 651-647-2910. All right. The last main mortgage product would be just the standard FHA.
Yep. FHA, 3.5% down. Cool things about FHA is that they allow for a higher debt to income ratio than conventional. So that is so FHA. If you have offers, you're a real estate agent, Jason. You have 10 offers on one of your listings that come in, and you have a mix of conventionals and FHAs. What as a listing agent, what's your thought on FHA offers in this type of market?
I mean, a conventional is better than an FHA, but not as much as it used to be. 10 years ago, conventional was, I think, thought of as a far superior product, but not so much in anymore. Yeah. And so if the offer was exactly the same down payment, all other terms were the same, and it was conventional FHA, the seller would probably take conventional. But it's just not as much of a difference as it used to be.
Yeah. And obviously there are those intangible factors like, reaching out to the seller and who the buyer is and all those sorts of things too.
Yeah. So FHA just has the connotation, for lack of a better word, of that it's there for like lower credit score borrowers and borrowers that are just not as solid as like a quote unquote conventional borrower. It's not the case. The average credit score on FHA last year was like 702.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's surprising, right?
Yeah.
Like you would think, like, oh, okay. So why would someone with a 702 score go with an FHA loan? Well, there's different reasons. FHA has shorter waiting periods after a bankruptcy or foreclosure. Mm-hmm. So maybe they went through a divorce, or maybe there was a medical event, where a bunch of bills racked up and stuff, and they had to file bankruptcy, right? A one-time event. And so now they're, maybe 3 years out of a bankruptcy, and they got good credit because that's the way they always been. They just had this one-time event that caused that situation. Conventional loans have a 4-year waiting period. They're going to go FHA because they just haven't waited long enough after that bankruptcy.
Yep.
Got good credit, got down payment, got low debt to income ratio. It's just literally a waiting period. FHAs also allow for a higher debt to income ratio. So a lot of times, if you have a house now and you want to buy your next house without selling your current house, an FHA loan might be the way to go on the next house because it'll allow you to have a higher debt to income ratio. So now maybe you qualify to carry 2 payments, where the conventional loan maybe you can't.
Lets you stretch out just a little bit more, basically.
Right. So there's different reasons and factors as to why someone might go FHA. Just don't always assume it's because they got no money and they got lower credit scores or anything like that. That's definitely not the case.
How hard is it to switch from an FHA to a conventional? Like on your end, how much time? So let me give you an example. Let's say someone they're going to purchase their new home on FHA because of what you just said. They're maybe they're not going to keep their house, but they want to go out and buy their other house first. And so they qualified through FHA because of the higher debt to income ratio. They secure the house they're going to buy, and then we get their house sold very quickly, and then they want to switch over to a conventional. How much time do you need to make that change?
Yep. Probably a couple of weeks, just because appraisals are different. So if you already have an FHA appraisal done, you're switching to conventional, you got to get the appraisal changed. Yep. Right. And then there's amendments you have to get signed by both parties to switch to a conventional because it was FHA, now it's conventional. So it's a matter of basically paperwork at that point and getting new paperwork drafted under the new terms, getting everyone to sign it, making those changes, getting you back basically to the closing table, if you will.
Yep.
So how long does that take? I would say if you can give it 2 weeks, you should be fine. That should be plenty of time to get everything, reverted and changed around and get you to the closing table
Do
on
they
time.
need a whole new appraisal with a whole new appraiser, or does that appraiser can just update it?
Yep,
Okay.
that appraiser can update it.
Okay.
And it's easier to go from FHA to conventional because FHA has more requirements on the appraisal than conventional does.
Okay.
If you're going the other way from conventional to FHA, well, now the appraiser has to go back out to that house to change an appraisal from conventional to FHA because there's additional requirements that FHA has for their appraisals. So the appraiser has to go back out, complete those additional items. For example, a Head and Shoulders.
We got a call.
A Head and Shoulders inspection of the attic.
Yeah.
That's required on an FHA appraisal. It's
Okay.
not on conventional.
Oh, interesting.
So it's little things
Yeah.
like that where it's like you have to get all these parties involved and they got to just kind of switch gears a little bit and do their thing, but we can make it happen.
Folks, we got the phone lines open at 651-647-2910. Give us a call in here to the studio to win Timberwolves tickets. A playoff game, the best real estate question is going to win. Give us a call. Studio lines are open at 651-647-2910.
And speaking of the phone lines, we've got Chris online. Chris, are you there?
Yeah, this is Chris.
Hey, Chris. Good morning.
Hi.
Thanks for calling in. How can we help you?
Well, I'm sort of confused in White Bear. I've been reading the newspaper, different articles on the housing market. One said we're on a bubble, and the housing fundamentals are skewed, and for the pricing of houses, and there's going to be a collapse. And then another article said the dynamics of the housing market have completely changed because there's so many millennials going into the market and because of the work from home movement. And so I think it's one of the things that people are thinking about on whether they want to pull the trigger or not on buying a home right now. Am I sitting on a bubble or am I not? And this is actually a two-part question.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think that we are in a housing bubble. I don't think that there's going to be a housing crash, or I don't think there's going to be a decrease in prices, and certainly specifically in the Twin Cities market. People like to compare where we're at now to 2007, and we're in a very different place. The reason for the housing crash back then was basically toxic mortgages or bad loans that were written. We have a tremendously low inventory, historically low inventory of homes for sale. So that's going to drive sales. That's going to keep prices where they're at and continuing to appreciate, I believe. And the reality is it's still a lot cheaper to own than it is to rent. And so you have to have a place to live. And so when you compare rent versus own and you take a look at the next 10 years where you're at, I mean, it is a significant difference where you're at financially if you buy compared to if you rent. So that's my thoughts on that.
Okay, so the second part of it is, and I think you're right, but if we are in a bubble, in average, if a bubble pops, how much does the housing value go down, and how long does it typically take to recover that?
Well, that's a tough question. I mean, we can look back at what happened in 2007. Values went down, 30 to 40%, 20 to 40% in some areas, but there was also 40,000 homes for sale on the market. And that took,
was unique.
it's just very different. And that took, it took 8 to 10 years for prices or values to come back in some cases, but I don't think we're just not in the same place. I don't believe that's going to happen. I don't think that the values are going to go down or a bubble's going to happen.
Now, that said, in the 2008 housing crisis, correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, but I think we got hit a lot less hard than other regions. I think, I was just poking around at this after I talked to Chris, and it's like the percentages I found for our market are lower than the national average.
What were they?
Something like 13% in the Twin Cities overall.
Oh, well, there you go.
Now, obviously, it's neighborhood by neighborhood, development by development, all that kind of stuff. So the question then is, if we were to agree with the premise, which I also agree with you that I don't, that a bubble's going to pop and so on, what areas are actually going to see the biggest hit? I don't think it's the mainstream home buyer. I don't think it's anywhere in that 200 to 500 range.
So you bring up a really good point. If home values on average only dropped 13% in the Twin Cities during the crisis of 07, 08, well, we've gained more than 13% in the last
That's my point.
Probably 18 months.
Yeah.
So even if we had a catastrophic event the same as 07, we're still only back where we were 18 months ago as far as values.
Right.
And so it's still one of the best investments you can make. If you can buy rather than rent, you need to do it. So.
Okay, that confirms some thinking. Thank you so much.
No, great question. We really appreciate you calling in. All right, see you later.
Real estate, from my 17 years of being in the mortgage biz, real estate, as far as I'm concerned, from what I've noticed, is very supply and demand. Back in 2007 when the crash happened, I mean, look at what our supply was, 40,000, 42,000 homes on the market. I'd be curious to see the number of how many, what was the average amount of homes on the market before the crash? Mm-hmm. Was it 15,000 and we went up to 40? Yeah. Or was it 20,000 and we went up to 40?
I think it was more like 25 to 27,000.
25 to 27,000 and we went up to 40 to 42, 45. Somewhere in there at the highest.
Yep.
Okay, so take that now. So our inventory now is 4,700, right? 4,700.
That's 90% less than the highest point in 2007.
Right.
There's 47,000 homes in the market. Now there's 4,700.
So we're up. So our purchase applications this year is up 26% over last year. We have 26% more pre-approved buyers this year than we do last year.
Wow.
Did last year.
Wow.
All right. So here I've got some. I'm looking more at this, and it's even less bad than you would think. So I'm looking at an article from NPR from 2009. That has some numbers in it, not including bank sales, short sales and foreclosures.
Yeah.
The median sale price was down 4% in 2009.
Wow.
From where it was in 2008.
Wow.
It was not. We think of things in the past differently than how they actually happen.
Right.
Many of the most catastrophic things, the ones I remember were the developments in Nevada and Arizona, where they built thousands and thousands of homes that were sitting empty and being churned by real estate developers and investors. And we didn't have that here like it happened in some areas of the country.
Florida condos were a big thing.
Yeah, that was another one. The big empty buildings in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, it was like,
it was just rampant speculation.
I mean, there were literally condos that would, you'd pay $700,000 for it, and 8 months later, you were selling it for $850,000.
So here's the thing that I point to of why we're not in a similar situation is these homes, all the homes here are occupied. Mm-hmm. The occupancy rate, even on investment homes in the Twin Cities, is 100%. Mm-hmm. You do not drive by houses and they are vacant.
Right.
A lot of the things that caused the crisis were these homes that people lived in them for a few months and then the bank was sitting on them because the bank couldn't do anything with them.
Well, and there wasn't nearly the same equity in the homes that there are today.
Exactly.
So it's easier for folks to just walk.
When you could do zero down back then, you had nothing into it. And it's literally like, okay, this thing is now, I can't make my payment. This thing is worth $400,000 and I got a $500,000 loan against it.
Right.
I'm just going to walk away.
Yeah.
I got no skin in the game. I'm just going to leave it. I'll go rent for a few years.
Yeah.
I'll recover credit wise. I'll be back in the game 3 years, 4 years down the road. That's just what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Yeah, so there's a bunch of changes too. The appraisal industry is completely different now too. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. So the exotic, quote unquote, exotic loan types from back then was definitely a major part of that. And then the other major part of that was how the appraisal industry was basically not regulated. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, what would happen is this. I'm going to go buy a house for $300,000. Okay. 12 months from now, I'm going to refinance, do a cash out, and I'm going to get appraisal at $400,000, right? And so that's because I could call my buddy, the appraiser, up and say, "Hey, I need to do this, otherwise I'm going to lose my house. Can you get a value on this appraisal at $400,000 so I can do a cash out and pull money out so I can make my payments for the next 12 months?" And the appraisal will come back at $400,000, and now I put money out, and now I can make my payment for another 12 months. 12 months down the road, I need it for $500,000 now. And it was one of those things where the appraisal industry just wasn't near as regulated as now, and you could do that. Now you don't have anyone, a loan officer, a processor, a borrower, no one can contact the appraiser ahead of time to say, "Hey, I need it to come in at this number." Right. It's a legit third party, valuation.
You basically send them the address and that's it. And they
that's
go,
it.
great,
Here's the
thanks.
order. We need an appraisal done on this house, and there's no communication between loan officer and appraiser or anything until the appraisal is already done and back in. And now, if you have to make corrections or you got to add stuff to it, now you have some communication there. But the value is already set, and so that's another big reason right there too. Is like even if you have the exotic loan programs, right, negative AM and stuff like that. Well, if you didn't have the appraisers with the doing the value thing over here. Our bubble back in the day would have been probably cut in half if we would have had the appraisal industry today back then.
Oh man, there are so many
mortgage
changes we can point to that all have that stacking effect.
Right. Yeah.
It's the appraisals, it's the stated income loans, it's the overdevelopment without demand. There's all kinds of things, and none of that is happening now.
Right.
I mean, they had stated income, stated asset loans. I mean, it was basically if you had
I make $180 million a year. You can tell because I just wrote it down on here.
Right.
Sell me a house.
I mean, we were talking about that the other day. I was talking with someone who was back in the day. They had a business card generator. One of the loan programs was you do stated income, stated asset for business owners. So as long as you could show you're self-employed or a business owner, then as long as you met the minimum credit requirements, you don't have to prove your income, don't have to prove your assets, and you can do zero down. And so they literally had a business card generator. Someone would come in and be like, okay, we can get this loan, but you got to be a business owner. So we're going to put down here that you're a business owner, and they go to their business card generator, and it would generate them a card and be like, oh, you own a landscaping company.
Yep.
Congratulations. Here you go. Here's a loan.
Yep.
Like
leaf raking company. They don't even do landscaping. They just rake leaves.
Yep. That's it.
Folks, we got the phone lines open. If you'd like to go to T-Wolves game, a playoff game that is, give us a call. The studio lines are open. Anything and everything real estate related, give us a call at 651-647-2910 is the calling number to the studio. We'd love to hear from you. 651-647-2910. You can also text your real estate questions. Win playoff Timberwolves tickets. Text your real estate questions to 763-443-5664. 763-443-5664. That is the text line.
One thing I will say too is that if you're a home buyer now, if you did a loan back then and you do a loan now, and you're like, man, there's so much more stuff I got to do now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there is.
I get that. You know what I mean? And as us as loan officers too, we gotta collect the docs. We gotta do all that stuff too, right? So it's more labor intensive on the borrower side of things to supply more docs, and it's more labor intensive ours to field those docs and do everything we need to do. But you do have to remember, it's like all this stuff was put in place so that we don't have another bubble.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's worse? Would you want to have it like the Wild Wild West, what it was, and then have the more potential to have another bubble like that? Or would you rather put a little extra work and stuff in now and be safer across the board as far as home values and just keeping our market healthy?
Yeah. I would say during the actual loan process itself, that's a hard question to answer.
No.
But overall, yeah, we want more safety nets. We want the process to be smarter and safer, and nobody wants to go through another housing bubble.
Now,
So.
could they make a couple changes, make it a little bit easier in a few things? Yeah, I think so. But it just in general, just know it's like it's all in good intentions.
Yep.
So that we don't run into another 07,
crisis.
08.
We got another phone call on the line.
It's our old friend Dave Meyer.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you today?
Doing great. How you doing,
Good.
buddy?
Doing fantastic. Just on my way to beautiful West St. Paul, Minnesota to do a
Yeah.
little showing.
I love it.
Kind of like the West St. Paul area.
It is
Very
really nice. Yes, it is.
Hey, just a quick follow-up to that caller a few minutes ago about the bubble thing. A couple of real-life examples and why this is not a bubble that's going to happen anytime soon. I've got an investor, cash buyer. He put in an offer the other day, 10% above list, nothing for contingencies. Nothing. I mean, no inspection, no nothing at all.
And it was a cash offer, you
And-
said?
Cash offer. Yep. Cash offer, closed in 17 days, 25 offers.
What was the price on it? What was the list price?
250, I think, 260, somewhere in there.
Wow.
250, 260. He was 10% above. He wasn't even close on getting accepted.
It probably sold for 310, 315.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it certainly wasn't. It certainly, I think we offered like 2.8, and it just wasn't even close, And I have another one that we had an offer in on a property north of Minnesota, up in Mora, just last night. 6 offers.
In Mora? Wow.
Yeah, in Mora.
Mora's
and that's
nice,
this is a starter home, right? So you used to be able to go out to Rosemont and get a bi-level split for 2 1/4, and the upstairs was finished, and you got to finish the basement.
Back in my day, you could get a house that was 3,000 square feet for only $1,200.
That's right, and your cousin Vern had to come finish the bathroom.
That's right,
Cousin Vern. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's just not changing anytime soon. There's just too many buyers out there and not enough inventory.
Yeah.
Think about that. 25 offers. How many homes do we have to add to the market to get that down to just 3 or 4?
We need to add 75%. We need to quadruple.
You'd have to quadruple your inventory.
Yep.
To get that.
But the good news is this. The good news is this. I've got 2 pairs of 0.5 acre lots up in Voyager Village up by Danbury. If you guys ever been up there, that's a great little development up there.
It is nice. Yes, I know where that's at.
It's an awesome development. You got access to the private beaches and the clubhouse and the golf course and the restaurants and the tennis courts and all that kind of stuff. So I got 2 different sets of them up there. If anybody's looking up in Voyager Village, give me a holler.
What are those priced at, Dave?
$10,000 each.
$10,000 each?
10,000 each, and both of them would sell for, if somebody wanted to buy both, we'd probably do a little better. So,
that's a great deal.
Yeah,
it's a great deal.
So,
hey, we appreciate the call this morning, buddy.
Yep, give me a holler, 612-849-0687. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave. Have a great weekend. All right, look at that.
Yep.
Time that right. Do you have a house that needs a lot of work? Are you ready to sell, but you think no one will buy because of the condition? Would you like to sell your home and close in as little as 7 days? Give us a call. We have clients that are buying properties that need all levels of renovation. They are cash buyers looking to purchase as is right now. Please give us a call or check us out online at MinnesotaHometalk.com. Folks, that's MinnesotaHometalk.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.
This has been a paid program. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the management or ownership of SCORE North, KSTP AM 1500.
SCORE North on AM 1500 KSTP St. Paul, Minneapolis, 94.5 KSTP FM St. Paul HD2, and on scorenorth.com.
Hi, this is Troy Danner of Danner's Cabinet Shop. My family has been building custom cabinets and countertops for homes in Minnesota for over 50 years. We still make the cabinets the way my grandpa did when he founded our company. My team of skilled craftsmen pride themselves on attention to detail and making sure every element of your project goes perfectly. Give me a call at 763-753-4002 or visit us online at dannerscabinets.com.
He can lift a bus straight over his head. He can fly around the world in seconds. And he has the power to regenerate entire limbs.
Okay, so Jason Walgrave isn't actually